This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter W. Welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for March 31st is Pavel Bure, who has hit the magic 50 mark in age. The Russian Rocket. He would play for Vancouver, Florida, and the New York Rangers. He would play with the Central Red Army team in the Soviet Union until he got to the NHL. He was selected 113th overall in the 1989 draft by Vancouver. He would begin his NHL career in the 91-92 season and won the Calder Trophy. Before taking dominance in goal scoring, scoring 60 goals to lead the NHL in goal scoring in 94, and got the Canucks to a Cinderella run into the championship of the 94 Stanley Cups. Anyway, Canucks traded Bure to Florida after 7 seasons, and Florida Eddie paid everyone back by basically winning back-to-back goal-scoring titles. Bure would unfortunately have knee injuries at the Yangtze, and basically, it would make him retire in 2005 as a member of the Rangers. He did get more than a point a game in his NHL career, with 779 points in 702 NHL games, and 4th all-time in goals per game. Bure was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2012. Bure was one of the best international players of all time. He actually carried the Russian team on his back, in a sense, in the semifinals of the 98 Olympics tournament, taking down Finland, who then used their anger to take down Canada for bronze. Anyway, Bure's dad, Vladimir, was a legendary swimmer and all that, who actually took a couple of silvers behind Mark Spitz at the 1972 Olympics. Vladimir wanted his son to be a professional swimmer. But basically, he went to hockey school. His dad threatened to withdraw him, but he actually impressed himself and all that. Bure would actually be on a tape TV special with Wayne Gretzky and Vladimir Tretiak as one of 3 Russian players to practice with those two. He actually went on a Soviet tour from Ottawa to Vancouver with some hockey players. And would actually stop by at the Pacific Coliseum, where ironically he would be playing his NHL hockey. So yeah, he would play for CSKA Moscow for 4 years. Well, he got drafted by the Canucks and all that. So anyway, there was a lot of problems with Bure being in the NHL when he was drafted and all that. They said that the Canucks actually chose him a year ahead of his eligible draft season. At the age of 18, he was available to be chosen in the first 3 rounds of the draft. But to be selected any later, he would have to play 2 seasons with 11 games per season for his elite level Soviet club, Central Red Army. Teams basically believed he was ineligible. The Canucks head coach actually knew that Bure played in exhibition international games to make himself eligible and all that. So anyway, there was a lot of problems and all that. Bure's pick was actually deemed illegal in 1990. However, thanks to some game sheets proving Bure's participation in the additional games, thanks to their Soviet acquisition, Igor Larionov, it was not until the 1990 NHL draft that they actually announced that Bure's pick was actually legal. So basically, yeah. Pavel Bure said he would defect, but he was worried about how the Soviets were going to make things difficult for his younger brother, Valery. But anyway, Bure left Moscow with his father and brother September 1991 and stayed in Los Angeles. Canucks negotiated a contract with Bure to try to help the Soviet Hockey Federation and all that. Bure's debut would actually be November 5th, 1991, against the Winnipeg Jets. He was pretty good. He was known as the Russian Rocket. He would score his first two NHL goals November 12th against Daniel Bethune in the Los Angeles Kings. Bure actually notched a hat trick against the Winnipeg Jets to force Game 7 in the 92 series. And Vancouver won that game 7 to get to the second round. Vancouver had to actually come back from 3-1 down against the Winnipeg Jets in that series. It was amazing that Bure got the Calder ahead of Tony Amonte, but, you know, it was happy. He was happy, all that. Bure would basically improve as a second-year player and all that. It would break Canuck records until Henrik Sedin broke them. 94, he had a groin injury that limited his production, but in the second half, he was huge. He was the 8th NHL player to go back-to-back 60-goal seasons. And he scored 49 of them in his final 51 games, which is amazing. All that. Bure would help the Vancouver Canucks go on their Cinderella run in 94. First, by taking care of the Calgary Flames in the Stanley Cup first round against, Canucks versus Flames first round. Canucks were down 3-1 to the number 2 seed Flames, but Bure would score the famous double overtime goal to sink the Flames in Game 7 and get the Canucks to the second round against the Dallas Stars. He unfortunately got in trouble for knocking Shane Shula of the Stars to the ice with an elbow to the jaw. However, he would score 6 goals against the Stars to get them to the conference finals where they would meet the Leafs. And Bure would put 4 goals in as the Canucks sent the Leafs home in a 5-game series. Canucks got to the Stanley Cup finals, but they lost in 7. Bure actually had 31 points in 24 games, second in playoff scoring only to Brian Leetch. His 31 points was the highest by a Russian player in the playoffs until Malkin did 36 in 2009. Basically, Bure had a good contract and all that. He decided to change his jersey number from 10 to 96 before the 95-96 season because of the day he landed in North America, 9 for the 9th month and the 6th day. He wanted to wear 96 when he joined the Canucks, but did not approve of high jersey numbers. When McGillney came to Vancouver, McGillney wanted to wear 89, and so Pat Quinn said, fine, you can wear 96. Bure, unfortunately, would have several knee injuries through his career, and 95 was the first season he really got hurt hard. Basically, he had a lot of injury problems, and that's possibly why, things look bad. Bure was not too happy with the Vancouver organization. So they decided to trade him January 1999 to the Florida Panthers alongside Brett Hennigan, Brad Ferentz, and Vancouver's third-round pick for Ed Jovanovski, Dave Gagne, Mike Brown, Kevin Weeks, and Florida's first-round pick in the 2000 draft, which was Nathan Smith. So basically, it was Bure for Jovanovski and all that. Bure would play under Mike Keenan again, but basically, despite him winning back-to-back goal-scoring titles, he had troubles with Mike Keenan and all that. And injuries also ruined him, too. The Panthers would get Valerie Bure in a trade in 2002 and basically put the Bures on the path of things. But Bure was traded at the trading deadline to the New York Rangers. So the Rangers really thought they had everything going and all that. Unfortunately, knee injuries would ruin Bure, and he basically had to retire. Bure was finally voted in 2012. He became the 5th Soviet to be in the Hall of Fame. So Bure was basically a very strong player. His father, Vladimir, competed in the Olympics, winning 4 medals. And then Bure's younger brother, Valery, played 10 years in the NHL, which was pretty good and all that. So, yeah. So Pavel Bure is a Russian superstar. 437 goals in 702 games. That's not bad. You gotta feel great for this guy. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.